It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's gonna be a good one next on Madden NFL 25.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Here's a give to Bigsby. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Muscles him off. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Well, he covered a lot of ground. 82 yards on the punt return. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense. Like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First possession resulted in a punt. What does Mr. Davis predict for possession number 2?
I'm looking forward to seeing what they had down on their play sheet, because most teams start with that script, that so-called script, that things they want to do. Some of those plays are used to pull, and some of those plays are used to attack. I think they're going to try to attack on this possession.
All right. Let's see what happens. Will they attack? Throwing is Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Darius Slayton, 60 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be let out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And when you think about his performance this year, you have to have nothing but admiration the way that he passed his team into the playoffs. They threw it around so well in the regular season, but in this game, the elements may affect them. I think they'll continue to fling it around until the weather slows them down, and if it doesn't, they'll continue to show the style that they've shown throughout the season.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Newton, able to get away. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah.
Well, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Give to Bigsby on the option. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And shutting him off, now open field. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. From the gun, Bigsby breaks a tackle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tank Bigsby, a 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Gonna throw right side here, complete.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Makes it 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control break down and make a tackle in the open field. Difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw here. Steps away. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hitting Mayer here on the out route. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. And they can't bring him down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Santos with the extra point, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. Now it's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. Taking it about the 16. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A beautiful fake. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the left side, it's complete. And he'll go down the number 4, getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when people remember.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Michael Mayer, 26 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Michael Mayer touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse, Nat?
And the ball is knocked out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. He's scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Muscles by at the 25.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again.
He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Powers by at the 40, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
To throw is Newton. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Newton now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Newton now to throw.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
And the tight end goes in motion left. To the air again, Newton.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Bigsby. Touchdown.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And the lead is down to 4. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive if they watch the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Carlton Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On second down, they'll run it here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and 20. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throw left side taken in by Slayton. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Newton. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. A great effort there. 40 yards as his guys have now moved out in front. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's 2nd and 8. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Fights through and now a crease. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the RPO, he completes it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They'll set up a throw.
Wide open receiver complete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to shake him off. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And fights him off. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Now they show jet sweep it instead. They run up the middle here.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
He'll try again.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Shakes off the sag. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Newton to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Newton. Once again, he finds Slayton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We're just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the carry, Bigsby. Powering his way forward. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Another run by Bigsby. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3rd and 2. Now Newton connects with Kittle underneath. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. Hot rock, so to speak.
Yeah, he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Bigsby. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. Back now here on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. That is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A run here with Bigsby. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tank Bigsby saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th, as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground, dancing away at the 35 to about the 35, 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The slot man in motion right. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's good. 4 on 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
It's a gain of 22 yards. Complete to Michael Mayer.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame woofing has turned into results.
Dances by him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the
That penalty is
there,
declined.
and the result is 6 points. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A 10-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading to the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Newton now to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Newton. Oh, he stays up.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Here's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there with now 2 4th-quarter touchdowns. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. To throw is Newton. Throws right side, and that's complete. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Newton. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry to the 36-yard line. Stop there. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. And Bigsby once more. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.